Okay, so I don't have too much to say about this movie, so I'm going to try to keep this short. The Gallows really sucked. It was just another generic, forgettable, annoying found footage thriller that's come out from Jason Blum, and just annoying characters and jump scares and nothing creative with the found footage part. This really should not have been found footage, and even if it wasn't, if the script was still the same and the characters were still the same, this still would have sucked, but I think it would have been a little better. It structure is well, actually the pacing isn't too bad. It goes by fairly quickly, although the very ending was so stupid and such BS. I feel like that was added on at the last minute. Uh, what's frustrating about this is that unlike The Lazarus Effect and unlike Unfriended, I actually thought this movie had a decent premise. I thought it had a good setup for it. And man, did they just botch it. They just bombed it so hard. And if they took the time to actually have creative scares and creative kills and God forbid likable characters to get behind, this could have been a decent film. But wow, the first like 20 minutes of this movie is almost unwatchable. It's a found footage film, and so the guy they have, the character in the movie that is holding the camera throughout the film, is without doubt one of the most obnoxious, unlikable, hateable characters I've seen in a horror film in a very long time. And that right there, I've talked about this. I've talked about this before. This is one of the big problems with horror films today. A lot of horror films have this mindset of making their characters jerks, so that way you don't feel too bad when they die. That is the worst mindset. Why? What suspense is there in that? Why is that scary? Why should I care? This movie just has some of just the douchiest characters ever. I just could not believe how obnoxious they were. And those are our characters for the whole film. As far as Charlie goes, the antagonist, Charlie was okay for most of the film. I thought there were some moments where Charlie did something kind of creepy and creative, not nearly enough to the point where it saved the film. A lot of this movie, honestly, a lot of the scares in this movie is just the same garbage that you see in Paranormal Activity. Just so uncreative. When Charlie's actually on screen, he's kind of creepy. Without getting too much into spoilers, I think they kind of ruined Charlie, though, at the very end. There's kind of a twist that Charlie has some help. There are some other people working with Charlie. I thought that was a big mistake. I think it kind of ruined his credibility. It just doesn't... I don't know. I think it kind of weakened Charlie's character a bit, honestly. And also, the twist of who's working with them and why, it's BS. It's just so stupid. So I do not recommend The Gallows. It sucked, and hopefully I'll get to see another good horror film this year besides It Follows and Insidious 3. But in the meantime, don't see The Gallows.